don't be there scratching your head whilst reading the title and thinking that I'm gonna say that FNAF 4 isn't scary. Let me make that real fucking clear that I would be a liar if the game didn't make me projectile shit all across my Arazi gaming chair in sheer terror. That being said, wow, this game tries too hard. I mean, when the game was initially released, of course everyone was scared, but then again, every single FNAF game was terrifying upon its release. But FNAF 3's apparent failure as a scary game brought much criticism to Scott for being a little bit, for making kind of an underrated game as a finale. I mean, sure, I made an entire video why I don't see the game like that, but come on, dude. You could have tweaked the game a little bit and that's it. But for whatever fucked up reason, Scott didn't want to do the easier route and figured that he owed the community a better game, and thus, this thing was born. After a lot of arguably the most genius and creative teasers Scott has ever made, FNAF 4 dropped, and everyone was not amused. I wouldn't take it as a good signal if fucking PewDiePie, the largest creator in the world at the time, didn't fucking blink when he got jump scared. And that was, in his own words, because you know what to expect. What he meant by that is that this game and all the other games before it follow a simple strategy where you know you're gonna get jump scared a lot, maybe even poopy from your butt crack, until you find out what the optimal strategy is. I can't remember the guy's name, but this video explains it better than I could in 20 seconds. The second reason is, at least to me, the character designs are way too over-detailed. Listen, I'm a sucker for simple but effective designs. I know people who don't have a problem with these designs, but for the love of God, dude, this is way too much. I'm not playing PUBG with a ×8 scope so that I have to see every single fiber of Nightmare Freddy. The same goes with the other designs. The textures don't make these things feel like nightmares, which, mind you, are what these things fucking are. It says it right in their fucking name. One thing that I do miss is Foxy's snake tongue thing from the teasers, which would have been a scary addition, especially near Mia Khalifa. Another reason why I feel like the gameplay sucks ass is because it took a backseat to the story building. It's not even a slightest secret that everything after FNAF 3 was added because either Scott wasn't satisfied with the finale or he wanted to story build. Either way, I'm not reading a fucking Stephen King novel. I'm playing FNAF 3 on the 3DS. I don't need a fully fleshed out story. Like, just stop. It's a fucking game. While looking for clips to put in the background for this video, I found one comment from a guy in an old Markiplier video in which he gave a unique reason why the game isn't as scary as it could be. The reason is because you don't have any major mechanic that takes the majority of your time. For example, in the past games, that would have been your cameras, but here, no such thing exists. You sort of just have 4 places that divide your time equally. I mean, you can't just slap a state-of-the-art security system for a 7-year-old kid to handle, but there could have been some mechanic that could have been introduced to take a lot of attention. More on that in a little bit later, though. I will give credit where it's due. The Nightmare and Nightmare Puppet jump scares are genuinely unsettling. Nightmare Puppet more, so I'm gonna be focusing on it. First thing, to accompany it is this weird gargling metallic sound effect which fits right into that uncanny valley of sound design. Combined with that, the mask of the puppet being the only part of its body that is visible with those pale white-ass eyes make it unnerving. I think it would have been scary without eyes, but potato potato, you can't get everything in life. Nightmares is slightly different because he's slightly transparent, and that is honestly a really good design aspect. He's the only one that actually feels like a nightmarish being from the mind of a child. Fun with plush trap was a good step forward with the game, but I think that whole side of the game was underutilized. So here's what I think FNAF 4 should have been like. So how exactly would I make FNAF 4 a scary game, but in a more natural way, all while fixing some of the issues I had with it? After doing some intense research, and not 10 seconds worth of thinking, I've come up with a solid idea. Just copy Five Nights at Wario's free. No, seriously, let me explain. So this game is set in a purple guy's house, right? So what if every night was in a different room? Could be linear, could be branching paths. But every new room you encounter, there is something unifying about the funny Haha Man's family. That will also make the extra nights feel more important because everywhere there would be something new to discover. I would also like to incorporate a unique mechanic for each room. Maybe for example in the kitchen you have to check the stove or some shit, I don't know. Or in the bathroom take a steaming shit every 2 hours and the flushing alerts the nightmares. I would also add more minigames similar to fun with Plush Trap because I really liked it that in the game we at least got some new locations to see. The designs don't really have to be overly detailed. I was thinking that they could be silhouettes with each of them having a slight hue of their actual colors. And yeah, I get it, this is all supposed to be a child's nightmare and shit, but why wouldn't you be allowed to be in different places every dream you have? Anyways, that was my idea. Tell me in the comments if you think it's ass or not. I might just reiterate the thing I said in the beginning of the video that I don't think this game isn't scary. I already see that people are going to be taking me the wrong way when that isn't the case. It's scary, but it tries too hard to be like that. Trying too hard isn't always bad. But if Scott went a more natural way, he could have made another S-tier game, but instead he was satisfied with a mid-C tier.